going back to TJ Hockenson, I think it does secure the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
I have no issue with it. Do you pay TJ Hockenson tight end money? 12 million a year. Are you confident in giving him, one, picking up the 5th-year option, which I think they do because of his rookie contract.
Of course.
But B, do you re-up him? He's played a total of 1 season worth of games in 3 seasons. This is becoming a problem, and nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about that one of the youngest tight ends in the NFL, promising lots of talent, plays on a team that can't throw the ball, don't even give him enough targets, and he continuously gets hurt. How does that make sense to anybody?
No, it doesn't. And
what do you do?
It's a tough question. And to be honest, I mean, if you look around, I mean, and this is similar to the case of George Kittle, because if you look at George Kittle's career early on, I mean, he's only started, he missed half of the season his rookie year and missed a couple games in the next couple of years, but ever since then he was healthy. So obviously until this year. So that question does come into play. And with TJ Hockenson, he's obviously the only weapon on the line. So as a Lions fan, yes, you want to re-sign him. But it's a good question to ask, because if you look at the value, what is TJ Hockenson asking for? And if you look at his play on the field, obviously his rookie year, a couple hundred yards. His breakout year was a sophomore year last year at 700 yards. And you're hoping this year he followed it up. It's going to be the main weapon. And he suffers the injury, obviously, playing in only 12 games. So I don't know. And it's not really my job to decide it, but I think you have to. I mean, you have to find a way to keep him. But what's your backup plan if you don't? I mean,
trade him. Hear me out. Now, he could get healthy, and everything could be kumbaya again by the end of the season. Or I should say by the start of next season.
Right, and that's probably why they shut him down.
But you're 3 years in. He's got one more year on the rookie deal. And then you got to pick up his 5th-year option, which is fine. Mm-hmm. And then you got to franchise tag him if you want to keep him. So they have 3 years to make this decision. This doesn't have to be right away. But are you going to pay this guy $14 million a year to play 5-6 games a year, 7 games a year on average? I don't think that's the right decision.
I wouldn't consistently say it's going to be 7 games on average. Yeah, I get the 3 seasons.
Significant time in every single year.
Not every single year. Rookie year missed him. Yes, missed
last
about
year
7
missed a few
games.
games.
No, last year he didn't miss a single game.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't. He played 16.
There's no way.
Yes,
he's missed a total of 16, 32, 49.
No,
he's missed almost 30 games.
No, he started every game last year. But the rookie year he missed 8,
okay.
and then or 4, and then this year he's going to miss the rest of the season.
Okay, so he's missed a full season.
So 2 out of the 3 he's been. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying.
So he's played a little over a season and a half for you in 3 years.
Yeah, not like Akuda numbers, but I get what you're saying.
That's bad. Look,
this is a guy.
It's so weird saying trade TJ Hockenson, because I think we all know just the kind of potential he does have.
Yeah.
And look, he comes from Iowa. It's Tight End University. Having said that, he's got to get right. He's got to be healthy, and next year he's got to have a good full season. And if he doesn't, somebody's got to talk about it. Somebody needs to think about this. If your tight end is not going to be available, what's the point? What's the greatest thing in the NFL? What's the greatest asset?
Being available.
That's it.
Yeah.
Jeff Okudah, you know why he's a bust? He hasn't played a single game in God knows how long.
Can't evaluate him. He hasn't played. I get what you're saying.
He's played how many games in 2 years? 4, 6, 8? Come on.
It is disappointing. I mean, especially this year. We talked about, think about this. Before the season, is he a top 5, top 6 tight end? And now where we're at now.
But that was the conversation going into the year. But the production was never there.
No.
He never jumped off your screen. He's never had a night like Kelsey had last night, outside of his debut against Arizona. Yes, he's being double covered. But it's, again, you have to think, how am I going to get more out of him? And do I want to pay him tight end money? Because he's going to command it. He is. He is a skilled tight end.
Right.
He does have value to football teams. Can he stay healthy? And if he can't stay healthy, that's a tough decision in Detroit.
And if you're going to trade him, it's what's plan B? What do you do?
He's the number 8 overall pick. He is going to command somewhere between $12 and $14 million in the free market.
Yeah, of course.
Are you going to be willing to pay it?
Depends if you got a rookie quarterback. I mean, I don't know.
Depends. Depends if he can play football.
Which I think I'm not going to sit here and say he can't play football.
Look,
I think. Listen,
as someone that's dealt with injuries, once you get the first one, the second one is lingering, and then the third one, and then your body starts to compensate for this injury.
I get you.
It's a never-ending cycle. Very few players, deal with injuries and always come back the next year back and healthy, the same. Look, it's a thumb injury. Hopefully nothing serious, but it's serious enough to keep him out for the year. It requires surgery. Dude's got to get healthy. Sorry. You need to be on the field. You want to get paid $12, $14 million, you got to be on the field. And when you're in a rebuild, you don't want to be shelling out money to players that aren't going to be available. Look at the position the Lions are in right now with Jeff Okudah. He's played less than 8 games in his first 2 years. You're not going to pay him top-tier corner money. Are you moving him to safety? Nobody knows what's going on right now. Does that mean the Lions will draft a corner in the 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round? Are they going to go safety? Are they going to try to trade back and get Kyle Hamilton? What's the move? No clear answers. You have to make tough decisions like this. And when I see TJ Hockenson headline out for the season, surgery, I immediately think 2-3 years from now, someone's got to make a tough decision. Now, whether or not you trade him, who knows? Maybe too early to say that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's ever too early to talk about somebody who has a consistent injury history during his first 3 years. Don't see it. He's not producing like Kittle, not producing like Kelsey, not producing even like Waller.
He's
not even Mark Andrews. The production is not there. And whether it's because it's such a run-heavy offense, I could argue that the Ravens are a run-heavy offense. I could argue that Mark Andrews is actually their number 1 target. He does just fine.
I'm gonna wait on TJ. I'm not gonna. Because listen, last year, obviously, the weapons we had last year wasn't anything special. But the guy had 700 yards in that system. This year, no one around him. And I'm not gonna sit here and say Jared Goff's to blame. I'm not gonna sit here and say that. But I think the tension that he brings this year, I'm gonna give him a year.
Surprisingly,
honestly,
there is a consensus in the chat where they do agree they don't want to pay TJ Hockenson.
Well, elite money.
Top elite tight end money.
If he's asking for,
I think you guys are right. Absolutely. Kenny Golladay, I think, is a good example. But it's 3 years from now. You have 3 years to make this decision.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not saying it needs to be this offseason.
And you'll know by then. You'll know.
You'll know by the end of next year. By Thanksgiving of next year, you will know if TJ Hockenson will be a part of your future. Because if he's available and he's played all the games, excitement, optimism. If he misses 3-4 games next year, you're scratching your head and you're saying, dude, the season's not even over. There's 5 games left and you're already hurt.
Yeah, if he's hurt again next season, then...
By Thanksgiving of next year, you will know if you're keeping TJ Hockenson. We got to go to break. When we get back, how serious should the Pistons be in pursuing Miles Turner or Domantas Sabonis? We'll do that right after the break, but...